What if I told you that a man stood at the altar with the love of his life, only to have his past walk in, holding the hand of the little girl who called him Daddy, and in that moment, everything he thought he knew about love, loyalty, and family shattered? This isn't just a story, it's a journey through heartbreak, betrayal, forgiveness, and the most unexpected twist of fate. If you want to know how one wedding became the turning point of so many lives, stay with me until the very end, and don't forget to like this video and subscribe, because stories like this remind us how fragile yet powerful love truly is. Adrian stood at the front of the church, his heart pounding with a mixture of nerves and joy. He had been through storms before, divorce, loneliness, the crushing feeling of starting over, but today felt like a new chapter. Beside him stood his best man, whispering jokes to ease the tension. The guests were smiling, the music was playing softly, and down the aisle was about to walk Emily, the woman who had shown him that love could heal even the deepest wounds. She was radiant, and he couldn't stop smiling. For once in his life, everything seemed perfect. But perfection has a way of being fragile. Just before the ceremony began, the heavy church doors creaked open. Heads turned. Whispers rippled through the crowd. Standing there was Claire, Adrian's ex-wife. She wasn't alone. By her side stood a little girl with wide, curious eyes and golden brown curls that looked hauntingly familiar. Adrian froze, his chest tightening as though someone had stolen the air from the room. The girl clutched Claire's hand, looking around shyly, and then, her eyes landed on Adrian. She whispered something, tugging on her mother's arm. And then, in a voice so innocent yet piercing, she said, "Mommy, is that my daddy?" The entire room gasped. Emily, standing in the aisle, halted mid-step. Adrian's world tilted. His eyes darted from the little girl's face to Claire's. His mind screamed 1,000 questions. Who was this child? Why was she here? And why did she look so much like him? Claire walked forward, her heels echoing loudly against the marble floor. "Adrian," she said, her voice trembling but firm, "before you marry her, there's something you need to know." Emily's face was pale. She clutched her bouquet, looking back and forth between Adrian and Claire. The guests sat in stunned silence, some covering their mouths in shock. Adrian's heart hammered as he whispered, "Claire, what is this?" Claire's eyes glistened. She looked down at the little girl, then back at Adrian. "Her name is Lily. She's your daughter. She's 6 years old, and I should have told you the truth years ago." The word struck him like thunder. 6 years. 6 years of birthdays, of first words, of laughter and tears, 6 years he had missed without even knowing. His knees weakened, his voice broke. "My daughter?" He knelt down, his eyes locking with the little girl's. Her innocent gaze studied him, as if searching for something familiar. And in that instant, Adrian saw it. Her eyes, they were his. Emily's bouquet slipped from her trembling hands and hit the floor. Her heart cracked, because in that moment, the man she was about to marry wasn't just her future, he was also a father with a past he hadn't known. The silence in the church was suffocating. Some guests whispered harshly, others shook their heads, but no one dared to interrupt. Claire's voice broke the tension. "I didn't tell you because I was angry. We ended in bitterness, and I wanted to punish you. But I can't keep it a secret anymore. Lily deserves her father. She deserves to know the truth." Adrian's chest burned with rage and sorrow. He wanted to shout, to demand why she had stolen those years from him. But then his eyes fell back on Lily, the tiny hands fidgeting nervously, her eyes wide with uncertainty. She was innocent. None of this was her fault. He reached out his trembling hand. "Lily, may I?" he asked gently. The girl hesitated, then stepped closer, placing her little hand in his. The warmth of her skin sent waves of emotion crashing through him. He pulled her into his arms, holding her tightly as though making up for all the years he had lost in that single embrace. Tears spilled down his cheeks. I'm so sorry, baby. I didn't know. The church was no longer a wedding hall, it was a place where lives collided, where truths broke chains, where love found a way through chaos. Emily's eyes welled with tears, not just of heartbreak, but of compassion. She had always loved Adrian for his honesty, his kindness. And now, she saw another side of him, a father desperate to love the child he never knew he had. Claire looked down, guilt written all over her face. I'm sorry, Adrian. I know I ruined this day. But I had to tell you. She needed you. Emily slowly stepped forward. Her voice was steady, though her heart was in pieces. Adrian, you need to decide. Not about me, not about this wedding. But about her. Because she deserves all of you. Adrian looked between the two women, the woman he once loved and betrayed him, and the woman who had taught him how to love again. Then he looked at Lily, whose arms were wrapped tightly around his neck, as if afraid to let go. And in that moment, the decision wasn't hard. He turned to Emily, his voice trembling. I love you. I want to spend my life with you. But I can't pretend I just learned I have a daughter. She's part of me now. Part of us, if you'll have me. Emily's lips quivered, and tears streamed down her cheeks. She walked closer, kneeling beside him and brushing Lily's hair softly. She's beautiful. And if she's yours, then she's mine too. The little girl looked between them, confusion melting into a hesitant smile. Do I have two mommies now? She asked innocently.